One take edge, that's what they call us.
Oh. I've been waiting for you all night, why didn't you come?
We are back here in a slightly different part of our Edge studio. We're out of the hallways and into the light for episode 2 of our EDGEucation web series, Freeride World Tour, Hakuba Japan review show. Coming to you right now. Last year, we were meant to be having the Freeride World Tour event in Hakuba, and you know what happened? It snowed too much. White out every single day. They didn't let the event take place, but this year, the Freeride World Tour took place in bright and sunny Hakuba. The best men's and women's free skiers and freeride snowboarders in the world were all there, and they put on a show. It was awesome. You all need to know about this. When you guys go back and watch this, I'm gonna put it into a little bit of context for you, because what you see is these guys ripping, guys and girls, ripping down the mountain, but what you don't see is what goes into it. Lines are untracked, all the hits are natural, and all they've done is surveyed it with their eyes, maybe on a helicopter before, but they have to get there themselves, walk themselves, and then when they ride and drop in, it's for the first time. So it's so much more than just what you see, and what you see is already so spectacular. In December, we got word that Travis Rice, the snow deity, was going to be given a wild card into this event. If you don't know who Travis Rice is, go back and look. Everyone talks about The Art of Flight and The Fourth Phase, but go back even older. Some of the absent films like Saturation and Pop. Pop defined a genre. Pop was transcendent. It taught people what snowboarding could look like. So go back and look at those. And another rider that features in those absent events, one of my favorites, EDGEruff. Lots to look forward to this week on the snow, and it did not disappoint. For the men's snowboard, Sammy Lubke won the series last year. Could he defend? EDGEruff, Travis Rice, we talked about them. Victor Delarue, a sick rider who just slashes powder. He's in the event, so we're all looking forward to seeing it, but it must be said, having had some pretty cool runs, some of the guys really did show up. It came back to that guy again, Travis Rice, and he goes and spins the biggest 720 of the whole event.
And that's what we're going to see.
A lot of
here.
speed coming
the
through
Art
here.
of Flight with a 7,
Yeah.
beautifully stomped.
And then comes through the steepest section at the bottom and just throws a little backflip on for good measure.
Still having a little bit of issue going for the back.
Yeah,
He is making
Travis.
it!
What a run.
Checks in a 95. It's over. Event 1, Travis Rice cementing his status as part man, part Sasquatch. The guy lives in the mountains. He's made of snow at this point, and he shows up and he wins. He's one of the greatest free riders ever, so big ups to him. Jumping over to the men's skiing side. These guys are the second group to come down the mountain. The stuff starts to get a little tracked out, get maybe a little bit more difficult in some spots, so you gotta use your creativity and find some new little pockets, some cool fresh snow to make some turns on. We talked about Tanner Hall at the top. And the guy balled out, super stylish, threw in some tricks on some of the natural hits and transitions, really good air. He fires in an 81, ultimately good enough for second, because Marcus Eder, the Italian, was charging. He put the bit in his mouth and the pedal to the metal, whatever acronym, idiom you want to use, this guy went hard and fast down the mountain, found some of the biggest lines, the biggest airs, the biggest drops, got a little bit squirrely at times, but managed to stick it on the back of his skis, threw in a little spread eagle at the bottom, which you gotta respect, gotta appreciate that, and was good enough to take this event. So looking forward, a lot of guys skied really well in Hakuba, but this tour is just getting started. I don't know if we mentioned, we've got 4 more stops coming up. Keep an eye on the men's ski, because anyone I think could win in any week on any mountain. But big ups to Marcus Eder. He did what he needed to. Very cool riding, totally aggressive and fast flowing, so well deserved. Jumping over to the women's snowboarding side, it really came down to 2 riders, a real battle. In the qualifying series to get into the Freeride World Tour, both these riders kind of battled head to head over the past few years. Emanuela Mandel and Anna Orlova. Learn those names. So everyone's kind of wondering how's it going to go down between these two, and they did not disappoint. Ultimately, Anna Orlova fired in first with a 78 and change, and Manu Mandel just in second with a 75. This is a battle that we're going to be looking forward to watching this season. Keep an eye out for them in their next few stops. Kicking Horse, and then Fieberbrunn, before we swing it around to Andorra, and ultimately Verbier to end the year. A lot of mountains left to crush. These girls will be 2 to watch the rest of the way. Last but certainly not least, the women's ski side. There was some high-level riding, a lot of scores in the 60s and 70s, almost all of them, in fact. Ariane Tricome was actually the first in the group to go, and super dope early hit off the right at the top of the line, really stylish, threw a trick in right away because she's really comfortable throwing down freestyle moves in the backcountry, and it showed. She hung a big score up on the board and came down to the 2 Swiss girls to chase her, Elisabeth Geritzen and Maud Bessie. Elisabeth Geritzen rode really well, couldn't quite challenge the top, but she's finished solidly on the podium in 3rd place. A really good run, a really good place for her to start the season. So with the last run of the day, Maud Bessie had it all to do to overthrow Ariane Tricome, and she tried her absolute best. With hard charging, fast free skiing, she does not fear it. She was finding different stuff. She had definitely the best, most interesting bottom section of any of the riders. Found a completely new space, and actually on the overhead shot at the end of the run, when you see her cutting back in, you're like, where is she even cutting in from? She was so creative, so fluid in her riding. Ultimately, she finished 2nd. But she did a lot, and she showed out in her very first Freeride World Tour stop. I was stoked to see it, having watched the whole event, seeing some totally unique moves in different parts of the course right at the end of the day was really cool, super refreshing, and I'm super excited to see her ride again because Maud Bessie coming home to Verbier at the end of the season, so we'll keep an eye out on how she does. But that's it. Maybe they could have more events in Japan. It was so dope. Famous Japan was there, all the best riders were there, the sun was out. Very cool event. Hope you enjoyed the highlights and enjoy this wrap up. To those of you who watched and commented, thank you very much. Last week, we're trying to get better. Keep an eye out for more of these coming your way. Like, share, comment, enjoy it. We just want to let you know that there is cool stuff happening all the time and you need to know about it. So that's it and that's all. Thank you very much.